back. This is Doug at Rusted Wrench Garage, and we've come to a conclusion that with me working 60 some odd hours a week, getting colder here in Oklahoma, the racetrack is starting to close down. We only got like one more race left, and I have to work that weekend, so we won't be running it. So we decided we'd take this opportunity, this downtime, and try to get some stuff done on the Camaro. Let me show you what we got going so far. Okay, as you can see, it is stripped. The transmission sits there. We got the motor, excuse me, boy. Got the motor and transmission out of the car, and there sits the motor. So we're going to tear this thing apart and check everything, and it's going to have to go to a machine shop because we wanted to change the valve springs, if you remember. But the valve springs that I got, they won't fit down into these recessed areas, so they're going to have to be cut out because they're a triple spring, which these are just doubles. More likely, we figure that's why I was floating the valves and not being able to get some RPMs out of it. So we're going to do that while we're there too. So right now we're just taking the rocker arms and the the rocker arms and the push rods and the bases and stuff out, so we can get these heads off. So let's start doing that. Taking them off is pretty self-explanatory. We just undo these screws here, and this one here we got tension on there, so we want to do it a little at a time on each side, so we don't stress a screw. As you can see, it's bringing that valve up. And get all the pressure off. There it goes. Okay, now if you're not real sure, exhaust your intake, just follow it. If you have to, stick your finger up in the hole and see I can feel the exhaust valve. So we know this is exhaust, we know this is intake. So we'll pull the intake off and we'll stick it in a bag, in the intake bag. That way we don't get them mixed up. And we'll take the exhaust and the push rod and we'll put them in the exhaust bag for cylinder number 8. Just so we can get them back together and back in the right place. And the cool thing about those rocker arms is you don't have to readjust them because they've already been readjusted. So now we got to get the stands off. And yeah, we're cheating. We're using power tools. Well, why not, right? Might as well make it easy. So, remember this one here is the intake, so we want to pull it off. Just kind of wiggle it back and forth because it's got a pin in there that helps hold that in. And be careful because there's shims under here too. And you want to make sure if you got any shim that you keep it with the one you had. So what did we say? That was the intake. So we'll do that. And then I like to pull the lifter out and we'll put it in the intake bag too, because they're both hooked together, so you'll kind of know where it goes. That way don't get all confused. And this one is going to need a little help, so we'll just kind of work it back and forth a little bit with the screwdriver. Well, I say it goes to come off of there. Okay. That one ain't wanting to give up. There we go. We got it off. So you can see that shim there that I was talking about. So we'll make sure you keep that in the right place, or could make you have a bad day. Now, as you can see, we got them all in bags so we can keep them separated, and that way we know where they go back. Just go in the house, get some of your wife's bags. I asked. Make sure you asked. I don't want to talk you into doing something, get you in trouble. Let's see, as you can see, like here's number 3 exhaust. We've got the rocker arm, the stand, and the push rod all in there. And then if we go to number 3 intake, we've got the rocker arm, the stand, and the push rod, and the lifters. So that way it keeps them all together. It makes it easier when you go put it back together. Just, help keep it organized. Because if you see, I don't have a bunch of bench room to lay all this stuff out. So that's the way I chose to do it. And do it however you want, but I think it's a pretty good system. All those in a box so we can keep them put up. And I really like to take them heads off, but you know, I worked all day and I had a big transmission fluid leak. I tipped the transmission over. I had to clean up all the fluid. And as you can see, it's getting dark outside. And I'm going to go in and actually cook dinner. That could be something. I mean, I can build a race car, I can build a motor, but cooking, yeah, I don't know. You got to eat that at your own risk. But we're going to give that a try. So, I guess we're going to shut this down for tonight, and we'll continue back on pulling the heads and stuff off tomorrow. So, hey, we're back. And it's dark outside. But I'd like to at least try to get the heads off this thing. So that's what we're going to try and do. So I've got it up on the engine stand. And I don't know how you guys feel about those engine stands, but it kind of worries me because that's a lot of weight coming down and could be pretty expensive. But, you know, what are we going to do? Just got to trust it, I guess. Get the chain unhooked there. This all off. And I don't know. Seems to be holding. But we'll get them heads and stuff off. That'll take some of the weight off of it. And I know they're not that heavy of a heads. I know they're just aluminum, but you know, maybe, just maybe, it'll take a little bit more weight off. We got to find a socket here, and I got a box. We'll put all of our bolts in there to keep them together. Let me plug in the impact here. The DeWalt. I've had this for a while, and I've used it for a while. Works good. Okay, let's start taking these off. Get all the nuts off of here. Stick them in the box and see. Be kind of curious to see if we've done any damage to this thing too this year. If you remember, this was that 20+ year motor that set, and we just stuck it in the car and ran it. That seems okay. Well, we got the other head off of there. Floor ended up looking like the Great Flood of Noah. My shoes are all sopping wet. Had so much water in here. I'm expecting to see a rainbow start to form. But we got her cleaned up. So that's good. Now, I guess we could go ahead and pull this water pump off of there. I've got a Allen head bolts in there. I've got a socket that'll fit that. So let's take that off and I don't know, you know, see if we can get it to dump more water out, I guess, now that I'm out of rags. So, okay. Look at there, that one came out. Kind of makes you wonder how tight was it. Well, that one came out too. Okay, well, let's try this one. There we go. We got one stubborn one. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Hold on. Okay. All right, well, we got it out. Let's put them bolts there and set that water pump there. Hey, we didn't lose no more water. Okay, we're going to need to get that balancer off. I don't really think that This little drill's going to do it. You know, I probably ought to move this. That way I don't have to keep ducking up and down around it, huh? Yeah, it folds up. I was just thinking about leaving it there to help support that motor, but, you know, I don't know. We may just have to decide to trust the old engine stand. It says it holds a ton. I don't think a Chevy big block weighs a ton. I worry about the bolts, you know. If those snapped, it'd be chaos. Oh, well, now why won't this go down? There it goes. Kind of moaning, but she went down. Now the good thing is the legs on this will fold up. Because we don't have a lot of room in this garage. It's just one car garage. But we're managing to be able to get all that work done in here. Sometimes I don't know how. But we do, you know. You just work with what you got. Well, we could put it back in that hole. We'll do that another time. So, there we are. How much more water is going to come out of this thing? Okay, so we want to get that balancer off, right? We've got some Permatex here. We're going to have to drain the oil. I see now I don't really have any rags left to wipe my hands. So, well, we got a tool. We're going to measure inside here. See if we got any sealant taper. And I mean, the boards, they don't look bad. Yeah, I still see cross hatches in there. But you know, we need to get it apart. Just to ID everything, see what it is we got. See, old boy said it had 14.5:1 compression, but when I did a compression test with just my gauge that you screw in, it didn't show as much as my 496 did, and it's only like 11.73 or something like that. So yeah, I can see all that water in there. It's just waiting to come out on the floor. You have to get a big bucket. And the cam don't look bad. I don't know. Here, well, come take a look. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but see, I mean, you can still see the cross hatchings in there. The cam isn't looking too bad. You can see where they did a little work on this, grind that, and I mean, they got dome pistons, but other than that, I'm not real sure. And I think we'll have to pull those out and check. I think it's got oil restrictors in it, but we'll have to check. And hey, you scared me. There's the number. It's a 455. It is 4-bolt. So, okay. It's dark. My daughter's here. She's shy. So, like I said, I'm just a couple of months from 66, and I've been working like 50 hours a week. So we're going to call it a night again, and we'll pick it back up tomorrow. Well, we're back to try to finish taking this motor apart. The only problem is it's been raining forever, and the yard looks like a swamp. Can't hardly get to the garage without getting my feet sopping wet. So let me show you what we got going on. You can see, I don't know, can you see it raining? It's been raining hard for a while. This is what the yard looks like trying to get in the garage. It's well up over your feet. It's just wet. I mean, you can see the creek there. It's running pretty good. Hopefully it don't come up. So the only way I can get over here without getting my feet wet is, well, put Walmart bags on my feet. So you might laugh, but it kept them dry. I think all the oil is drained out, so put the plug back in there just so we, well, where's the, oh, there it is. So we don't lose it, because we don't want to lose it. All right, snug her. Let's just snug her up. Act like we're getting ready to be done. Okay, now we got a big pan of oil here. Then we're going to have to try to move out of the way without spilling it all over everything. And it's raining outside, so we're not going to take it out there yet. So let's just see if we can slide it out of the way and get this harmonic balancer off of here. Okay, we got the bolt out. It's not going to just pull off of there. So, we'll get our harmonic balancer tool. See if we can get it set up on there so we can pull that out. You can rent these from O'Reilly's if you don't have one. And they rent them for free. See, I don't think it's going to mess that up. Let's see if we can find the right bolts that fit in there. Well, that's not it. Okay, how about this? Oh, okay. Seems like those are going to work. So, let's try to figure out what we're doing. Let's get this on there. There's one. There's two. I'm not looking at you. I was just making sure I wasn't in the way where you could see. There's three. So we'll just twist them down a little bit with our fingers. Try to get them at the right. All of them the same length is what I'm saying. So you're pulling on that thing pretty straight. It's just the way you do it. Okay, see, that's not going to be straight there. Now we can, well, let's go a little bit more. I think we can go more than that. Huh, okay, well, still going, still going. We're going to get it all the way. Let's get it to where I can't see the threads anymore. Then we'll know we got them about the right spot. Okay, one more. Good thing they're spinning in there easy. I don't know if you can hear that rain. It's really raining. All right, now we can twist that in. Does that look straight to you guys? It's pretty straight to me. So let's find a socket that'll fit that. I don't think this one's going to. Well, yeah, I guess it is. See if we can just spin that thing off of there, huh? It's coming. All right. Pretty noisy, wasn't it? Well, you know, sometimes working on cars, it's just going to be a little noisy. Let's get these bolts out of here so we can put this tool back up and finish getting this apart. You know, it's got water inside that block, guys. Steel. It's got a drain in the side. Maybe yours does too. I tried to get it out, but it was stripped. When we roll that block over, it's gonna be a mess. We're gonna have water all over the floor. Probably a little bit of oil remnants. Yeah, I hate that. And nobody likes a dirty floor. Especially when I work in it. Let's get this off of there. Put this up. I like to put the stuff up after I use it. That way it's out of the way. You know where it's at when you need it next. Okay. So, we got the balancer off. Here's the, oh my goodness, here's the balancer. Here's the bolt. I'll keep those together. And try to find a place to set it. Let's just set it up here on the bench for now. And we could pull this off. You want to do that now? Or do you want to roll it? Alright, well, okay. We'll do that now. Let me get thinking that's a 7/16. Is what it usually is. Well, where's my sockets at? Oh, here they are. Okay. So, guess you guys don't mind if I sit down while I'm doing this. Let's find somewhere. We'll put the bolts in this box with these other ones. Okay, I thought you said that was a 7/16. Those ones are. Well, then we'll just take those two out then. Put them in that box. I think my battery might be getting a little bit on the weaker side. What's under here? No, those are 7/16. Okay. Almost. I think we're going to lose the battery. Okay, we lost the battery. But that's okay. We got another one. Pop in there. Okay, here we're back. There we go. Yeah, that one. Okay, then we figured out that those are probably 3/8. So, well, we'll get 3/8. Let's just bring the socket down here with us. That might be a good idea. All right, here we go. That works. We'll get this all cleaned up. We'll repaint it, maybe. I think. Yeah, we'll repaint it. I went with the Ford Blue last time because, well, that's what I had. And I don't know. What color? My other color is a copper. We could go Chevy orange, except for the fact that that's my least favorite color. I just don't like the Chevy orange. I'm a Chevy guy, don't get me wrong. But I don't know why they came up with that Chevy orange. I mean, that's probably the ugliest color I ever did see. we're gonna pry on this just a tad to if we can't get it broke loose. Well, what did I put that on with? It's just silicone. Okay, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Okay, I'll get this timing chain cover. Oh, I heard something just drop in there. Oh, well, it was our little cam button. When you roll one of them roller cams, you need that cam button. What is going on here? You see that? Looks like this thing might have been running there. Well, what's the deal? Huh? I mean, there's nothing else. You can see that, right? There's nothing else there could be rubbing down on that area. I mean, that's like a perfect circle. And it's like, that's the circle. So, I'm wondering, did that fall out and get down in there? Boy, you think if it would, I don't know. Surely not. It would have been causing it some kind of an ordeal. Look at that gasket off there. Well, guess we won't worry about that right now. But we'll keep it together and stick it up here somewhere with that. And let's get the timing chain off of there. So it's got these little, it's got a plate here that you bend these little tabs around the bolts. Keep them bolts from coming, backing out. You don't want that either, just like you don't want your cam button coming off. But something went on there, and I know we had it in there, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, we just about there. There we go. So, now, those look like those would be a 7/16. That chain still feels pretty good, though. So we may not, well, boy, I guess it's 1/2 inch. I'm not doing very good on this guessing thing, am I? We're going to have to probably get another one of those plates. I've reused that one a couple times, and well, it's starting to look a little sketchy. And spinning this thing up to 8,000 RPM. Oh, look, there's even a circle. Can you see those two circles back in there? I'm wondering if maybe they had a gear drive on this at one time. I bet that's what it was. I'll bet. Okay, we'll get that off of there. And there's our cam. So we want to keep this stuff together too. Excuse me. So let's stick it up here so we don't want it getting damaged. And you know, a feller can just never have enough rags when he's doing stuff like that. Well, here about stepped in the bolt. Shall we pull that cam now? I mean, we can. Let me see if I can find. Well, let's do it with a. We can put bolts in there to do it, but that'd be too easy. So I just stick some screwdrivers in there, just so we can get a hold of it to help get up. I don't want to bang up them cam bearings a whole lot. Well, I said, there she's coming. Okay, see if we can just walk it I'm going to turn it a little bit too, because she'll get caught up on them lobes. Yeah. You want to be really careful trying to get that out. Well, if you're just going to replace the cam bearings, I guess you don't need to be that careful, but we only want to give her what she needs. Okay, there you go. Got the cam out. Oops. I mean, it all looks pretty good. So, yeah, okay. Cam's out. I don't think it's got enough oil on it. I don't think we're going to have to worry about it rusting. This thing's sitting for a while. And now, the dreaded part. We've got to roll it over. Try to keep from flooding the floor. I got this tote. I don't know. It'd be nice if it was a little bit longer to catch all that stuff. But, you know, that's what we got. And you take your fingernail, kind of rub it along these bearings, these cam bearings and stuff. I mean, the ones you get to. And you would inspect them and look, and these really, those really don't look bad. There's nothing I can catch my fingernail in. So, we may be all right there, but we'll look at the other ones as we go. Yeah, see, I don't know, can you see that? Can you see? It's got them same, get up here so you can see. It's got them same little circle marks in it that the timing chain cover did. And I'm thinking maybe he might, you know how you, sometimes you got the gear here and here, then you got the two here for a, what am I saying? Gear drive. He may have had a gear drive on this. You know, look at those mains. See how they're a different color than the block? Huh. Makes me wonder. We'll have to check that. Maybe this thing got bullet mains on. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is that motor that we pulled out of the barn after sitting 20 years. You know, we didn't really inspect a lot of it before we just stuck it in and ran it. And hope it stayed together. I don't know. We're going to find out when we flip the lower end over. So, let's start to roll that over and see how big of a mess we're going to make on that on the floor. I already made a mess with the transmission, had fluid everywhere, pulled the heads, had water everywhere. You know, it's just, like I said, we're working on a, what's this? What is that? I don't know. I'm hypnotizing deals or something. I don't know. But like I said, we're working on a wood floor. I did seal it, but we still don't want to get water on it. Not leave it set. But we need to at least get the water drained out of this because last year I left the car in here because you can't run antifreeze in them when it's a drag car. They frown on that. And I drained the radiator. I thought everything was good, but it popped a freeze plug. So we had to put a freeze plug in it. And they're saying the bottom's going to drop out Wednesday, so it's going to get cold. And we don't want to relive that nightmare. So we're going to get this rolled over, see how big of a mess we can make. Then we'll pull that fan off, get the pistons out, oil pump off, look at it all. Because we still don't know what this is. Here, let me get down here. Now you can see me. We still don't know what this is. It's 454, we know that. We know it's been bored. He said it had 14 half-to-1 compression pistons. We're going to verify that. He said it was bored 70 over. No, yeah, 70 over. Seems like kind of odd. They usually go 60. But we're going to verify that too. And plus, we got the heads to do. We got to put new springs in there. The purchase, well, that's a whole nother story. And that'll be another video. We'll show you what we're going to do there. But right now, we're just going to show you how to tear a motor apart. I'm sure most of you know. But if you don't, stick around. You may figure out that the wrong way to do it. I'm cranking this over. And apparently when they put this together, it was probably when everything was balanced and fresh and sized and ground, because there's no, I mean, there is markings on the pistons, but it's not telling me like 1, 2, 3, where it goes. And we want to make sure we get them in the right place back. And there's just nothing marked on them. So we're going to mark them. And what I mean is, you got these little stamp thingies here. So we know that first one, we know that's number 1. So we're going to mark a 1 on it. On here, there's some other markings, but I want to put it in between them. Okay, so now we know that's number 1, right? Yeah, I can see it. It's number 1. And then we are going to get a number 2. That's a 2. I like to mark them on the same sides. Just, you know, if we can. I mean, it doesn't really matter, and we're not going to get around to that, so we're just going to put it right here. And put a number 2 right here. Can I see it? Yeah, I can see it. So that's 2. Then we got 3 and 4. So let's get that around there. Yeah, that's going to be 4. So we'll mark that one with a 4 in between there. You don't have to get crazy. You don't have to hit it real hard. So that's a 4. I mean, you could mark these some other way, I guess, if you didn't have these stamps. But they're relatively cheap. If you're going to do any motor work, tearing apart and stuff, what'll be next? 5 and 6, right? I would say get some. And you don't have to worry if it's a 6 or 9, you know, because it don't have 9 cylinders. All right. So that was 5. So this is going to be 6. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's going to be 6. See, I didn't like the way that one's stamped. I didn't. Kind of hard to see. So we're going to put it here. Did that? Can I see that? Well, not really. I mean, what is the deal? Am I not holding it flat? Well, it's stamping over the other number. Come on. Okay, I think we can catch that. That'd be 6. So this one here is going to be 5. Ah, bingo. No. Let me see if I can see that. Sometimes it's hard to tell the 5 from the 3. So, keep that in mind. Yeah, got to kind of hold her on there pretty flat. And I'm having a problem with that. Apparently, what is going on? Man, these things are going to be all marked up. All right, one more time. Okay, it's flat. Now it's shot across the garage. Okay, let's see. Finally, I can see it. That's 5 and 6. This needs 7 and 8. Right? We'll be back here. So this one is going to be 7. I guess you got to hang on to them when you hit them. Oh man, I'm getting oil all over the floor here. I don't know. I'm slipping in it now. Okay, I can see that. One more. Now we're going to have to clean up this oil slick. Okay, so this is going to be 8. 8. 8. Come on. Come on, 8. Okay. I may have used these so much they may be getting. Okay, so them are marked. Now when we pull them out, we ain't got to be sitting around scratching our head thinking, well, we're ready to pull pistons. And we're not going to pull them with that. Well, let me get a little Gitchy Gucci here so we can get them loose. And just break them loose a little bit. Then we can get them with that other deal. Well, I say, man, it was on there snug, wasn't it? Okay, ouch. Okay. Okay. Now I'm not taking them out. I'm just breaking these ends loose so we can start rolling on it. Okay, we're gonna get that first one out first. What did I do? Here it is. I need that socket. Okay. I like to keep the bolts and the caps. I mean, you got to keep the caps together. I like to keep the bolts together too. Put them back down in there a little bit. Now, I don't know. This is probably not recommended, so. And then I just like to, not just tap. Just tappy, 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 tappy. To get those things to where you can get those caps loose. Yeah. So there's the bolts. Okay, let's get the cap off. Oh, there it goes. And let's see what that looks like. You don't want them to be blued. If there's any bluing on there, that means that something got hot. Let's look at the bearing. Bearing. See, we got a little bit of shiny here. But other than that, I mean, it might have been a little bit of junk got in there. Other than that, it don't look bad. I mean, you can take your fingernail, kind of rub it, see if your fingernail gets hung up in anything. And it's not. And the bearing should be marked on the back. It can tell you if it's standard or... These are Clevite 77 bearings. I like using King bearings. I don't know. What do you guys like? What kind of bearings do you like? It says it's a standard lower. It says it right on there. These are standard lower. So that's telling me that crank hadn't been turned down. Okay, we can get this out. Just a piston. Watch. Try not to mark on your main there where that come out. Try not to bang anything against it. Bang your rod or nothing, because you don't want to put a nick in there. Then you're going to have to go get it polished. So I just push them down with my hand a little bit. And then you can take a hammer. I kind of hold the rod. And just tap it with the wooden end. Not the metal end, the wooden end. And she'll start to pop out of the hole. Okay, but you want to hang on to it. Don't let it just drop. Now, if I had a concrete floor, that would have been a mess. But luckily, she fell in the bucket of water, so we didn't get any damage. Thank goodness. So that could have been an Orden deal. I thought maybe these were Eagle rods, but they're I-beam rods, and these, I mean, they look like pretty good rods. I mean, let's check the bearing here. Looks good. I mean, that That's a big, thick rod. I like that. I never had the HB rods before. I don't know what brand that is. It looks like it says Ishomako Baba. I don't know. It's kind of wore off. CRS 6385 HS. I don't know. Maybe we can see on another one. But you want to check your piston skirts. Make sure none of them's cracked. You can see the rings are still in there. See, look for any kind of pings on the top. Like I said, I can't see any markings. I was hoping that once I got it out. Oh, look here, you can see where they marked the number 1 on that. Scratched that on there. Okay, they just scratched it. But that'll be okay. I still don't see any markings of what type of piston this is, or, you know, cast or forged, or I'm assuming they're forged. But I mean, you'd think if it was a good quality piston, it would have a marking on there, because you think they'd want to brag about it. But I'm not seeing anything. No markings anywhere. You see inside there? I don't see any drill marks either, like they had drilled to balance some of it in the rods or nothing. I don't know if you guys know more about these pistons. I mean, you can see in there, if you know more about these than I do, and you want to put it in the comments, it would put this back together. It would be greatly helpful is what I'm saying. Because like I said, I don't, well, I do claim to know everything, but I really don't. Well, why won't that go back on there? Goodness gracious. Okay, we'll set this one aside and get the rest of those things out of there. And you've seen one, you've seen them all. We'll pull them out. When I get them all out, we'll check for damage. If I find damage, we'll click it back on and show you. If not, then we'll pull the mains. I'll turn it back on. We'll pull the mains, pull the crank out. We'll look at it. And I don't know. Go from there, right? Okay, hang tight. Okay, well, we got it all apart, and the mains, I mean, you see a little shiny spot, but man, the mains and the bearings, man, they all look really, really good. If I was just building a street engine and I was on a budget, I probably wouldn't, but I wouldn't mind just reusing those. They all look so good. Crank looked good. I got all the main caps off. I got a little, what is this here though? I got a little, let me get a flashlight. Let's take a look at that. I mean, I don't see a groove in it, but it's a little dark. That kind of, it's a little concerning. Maybe. I don't know. Well, it looks like some kind of stain from a liquid or something. Can you see that? It's like some kind of liquid stained it there. Because if it was getting heat up, you think it'd be all the way around. I think got some there. I don't know. Was it starting to get a little tarnished, a little rust? Or that was 1, 2, 3. If we look at the mains here, that's 1, 2, 3. That would be on this one. And you can see it's got some dark and some light, but I don't feel a groove where I can get my fingernail in it. So I think it'll be all right. We're going to take it in and have it polished anyhow and have it balanced. It's supposed to have been balanced, but I don't see anywhere on here where it looks, I mean, other than right here. And then maybe, I mean, the rest of it looked like this had anything taken out. Unless we come back here, maybe they've drilled these a little deeper or something. But other than that, I don't see, you know, there's another, where it's dark there too. on that second one. They was running alcohol in this, so it could be something from that. Like I said, it's not scored. So, but this part, all we got to do now is take this off and take our oil thing out of there, pull that rear seal. The bottom bearings are still in there. I got the caps off. I'm just going to leave the crank sitting in there because, you know, what better crank holder do you have than it's sitting right there. So, it's all apart. It's going to have to go to the machine shop, get stuff mic'd out, see if we can figure out what in the world it is we got on these pistons, how big it's been bored, what the compression ratio is, and got to do some work on a little bit of work on the heads. Up and start getting it back together. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something, or maybe seen something that I did wrong. You can comment in there. If you got a better way, I'm open to hear. So we're going to get all this to the machine shop, get it checked out, see what's going on. And the next video we shoot, we'll be doing some work on them heads, and I'll show you that on the valve length and how to cut those out for the bigger springs. So till then, I appreciate you watching. This is Doug with Rusted Ridge Garage. Give me a thumbs up, and hey, please subscribe. We're up to 110 last I looked. I know according to some channels that don't seem like a lot, but to me that's a lot, and I appreciate every one of you that subscribed. Maybe you could share it with a friend. Get them to subscribe, because we got a lot of content to make getting this car back together. So till then, that's Doug with Rusted Ridge Garage. Thanks for watching.